old school training. What's going on? As always, we got to give right there. Look, right there. We got to pay homage to my friend, okay, who passed away, got fucked over. But this is my boy Paul DeMeo. If you don't know who he is, let me fix this. Like Jerry Ward says, let's make this thing square. If you don't know who he is, Google him. Paul DeMeo, Quadzilla. Very good friend of mine. We were supposed to see him the day he died, so. But he never made it down here to New York. He was supposed to, but. Alright. Oh, wait, I was going to start reading off questions. Guys, I still haven't really gotten to the magazines yet. So, when you get to see the old shit. Some of these I may have showed you before. I don't fucking remember. I got Alzheimer's. This one I know I didn't show you, I don't think. This is the IFBB Russia report that they used to put out. There's my boy right there. Okay? He passed away. That's Ben Weider. Ben Weider was my friend. Okay? I knew Joe Weider, but Ben Weider I knew even better. Okay? Ben Weider was my friend. And let me tell you something about Ben Weider. He was a historian. People don't even realize. He wrote books on Napoleon Bonaparte. He knew so much about that shit. Still got his cell phone number on my thing here. He was a great guy. God bless Ben Weider. I loved him. We get along really well because I'm a little bit into that kind of stuff too. History and Civil War shit, Revolution, where he's into all that. But anyway, right here, look at the Russia report. What year is this? Hold on. Holy shit! What year is this? I don't even know. I don't see. I don't see the year on here. If it's on here, I can't fucking see anyway. Okay, look. But anyway, this is the Russia report. This is when they finally got into Russia. They used to come out with a whole bunch of these. I sold a shitload of these already. My girlfriend did, not me. Yeah, we go from the Russian report to the NPC. My friend there, Al Q. Gurley. Oh, look, my old boy, Dean Caputo. He's still a good guy. I love him, you know what I mean? Dean was my friend. What year is this? 1991. Look, well, little thin spine here. Thin magazine. Now this fucking thing is all thick and shit. Look at it. It's like a fucking pamphlet. But anyway, NPC. This is old news. Yeah, my girlfriend's selling this. Even on the back, you want your NPC card, you can fill that shit out. That's on the back. I might have showed you this already, guys. I don't even know. All right, you gotta forgive me. I don't know. I just grabbed them off the fucking thing. Right here, Chris Dickerson. Look, this guy's got a new Mr. Olympia, right? This is what Mr. Olympia looked like back then in 1981. That's Mr. Olympia right there. Look, okay. There it is, right there. The new Mr. Olympia, right there. Okay. And in the background, he's beating Casey Viator. And is that Frank Zane? Yeah, I think it's Frank Zane. So it's Frank Zane, Dickerson, Casey Viator. Look at that. 1981. Even though I think Tom Platt should have won that. And we got a really old, real thick here. Back of it. But speaking of Frank Zane, look at that. I've showed you this picture before. The vacuum. Guys can't do that. Guys don't look like that anymore. Okay. Who's this on the cover? I don't know who the fuck it is. Oh, Joe. No. That's it, Joe Namath. That's not Joe Namath. Anyway, I don't know who this fucking is, but this is an old muscle mag. Look at that. Look at that. That's the kind of bodies they used to put on there. Okay, that guy today would be a physique. Back then, that was bodybuilding. It's a beautiful body, though. Today, that shit would be like, forget about it. Let me see if this has a year. Guys, and this wasn't no pamphlet either. This was thicker. Look, Muscle Mag. You guys all remember Muscle Mag, Bob Kennedy's magazine? $1.50. $1.50. Let's see. What year is that, though? Holy shit, man. I don't know. I can't see it. I don't know what year this is, but when it look like that, and then you have it's all black and white in here anyway. Remember how to pick up chicks and shit like that, and all. Frank Zane right there. Whoa! I almost ruined the cover. I fuck up this cover, I get my ass kicked by my girlfriend, Frank Zane. But This is all... Who is this guy? I'll tell you his name. Hold on, in case you guys are wondering. All right, we're gonna get started in 1 second. Sensational, Mr. Germany, Wilfred Doubling. Anyway, this is the kind of shit you used to see in the magazines. This is an old school magazine, guy. Look. That's the kind of stuff. Okay, this is it, bro. This is the way magazines used to be. Now today, forget about it. They don't even have magazines, but what we do, Muscle Sport Mag. Alright, shall we get busy? I think so. Paul DeMeo right there. Show him homage.
How you doing? My name's John Sikoris, and this is Sharif Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
Alright, first question. By the way, look, I'm sitting in a room. You don't know what this room is. This actually was my father's room at one time, and he's gone. My father and my mother's room. But, my mother's been dead a long time. But, look, I just found a picture. That's me. Look here. Yeah. Look, it's probably 1966, maybe. 1966. I was maybe 6, 7 years old here. Wait. Well, if it was 9, you know. Look, I was born in 1960, but anyway, look, there you go. That's me. Now that's funny. Don't say anything stupid. Let's see. They got my sister here, but I'm not going to show a picture of her. Alright, so anyway, first question. Mike Grana, one of my boys, wants to know. He said, I love your videos. Question, can I eat grilled sirloin steak, fat trimmed every day, or will it kill me? That's my mother-in-law barking in the background. No, I'm just kidding. That's my dog. But anyway, so he wants to know if he can eat grilled sirloin every day, or will it kill him? Mike, listen to me. Stan Effering eats grilled hamburger meat every day. He takes hamburger meat and he has that shit chopped up and shit like that. You know, like when I was younger, they used to call it chopped meat. Now they call it hamburger meat. But he eats beef and rice every day. He mixes beef with rice. Stan Effering. And he swears you can't get ripped like that. No, I don't like the whole rice part mixed in there, but I understand where he's going with it. You know what I mean? Because, you really shouldn't mix like fats, proteins, and carbs too much. When you start mixing carbs in there, and I get the whole thing about the rice, so simmer down. Some of you guys, don't freak out on me, okay? But the answer to your question is, of course you can eat it. See, I eat a lot of steak. I know you're afraid your arteries are going to get clogged and all that stuff, but it's sugars that'll really fucking kill you, okay? And the carbohydrates, that's what clogs your arteries. They cause that to clog. It's not let me tell you something. You start going more like a ketogenic type fucking diet, which is very hard to follow. I'm not a big fan of keto for everybody, and I'm not saying that everybody should eat keto all the time, okay? But if you're gonna eat, you gotta have the fat. You don't even have to worry about the fat trim. The human body is able to handle fat that comes from meat because it's natural. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's nature. The animals won't, we live in a time now where, for the past 150, 200 years, we get farm food and all that stuff. But before that, hunters and gatherers and, people, medieval times, you killed an animal. You ate the fat. You ate everything. So the human body, over a long time, can handle fat from an animal, bro. You're listening to all these fucking nut jobs, okay? But the bottom line is, that's how man survived. From eating fat and meats, going across the Barren Strait there, there was snow. The ocean was frozen. Okay, when people crossed over from Russia into Alaska down straight, That shit was fucking frozen, bro. The water was frozen. There was no grass. There was no grazing animals, okay? They chased animals that came from up there down, okay? And they lived on basically fat and protein. They didn't have crops. There weren't fruit trees and all that shit, So you're fine. You're fine, Mike. You're fine, okay? Don't worry about it. Go ahead and indulge, but don't start eating a lot of starch and any sugars with it. Then it becomes a time bomb. Okay, that's a totally different story. That's why things like donuts, which are deep fried in oil, and then they're loaded with, starch and sugar. I mean, you're just asking for trouble when you eat shit like that. You know what I mean? But beef is not bad. You talk to Stan Efferding, he'll fucking biff you in the head. I don't think he even eats chicken or fish. He's just eating that fucking, he has this combination of things that this combo he eats, which is ground beef with rice. Okay? He eats it. If you watch his videos, you're fine. You're fine. Okay? The science behind it is that we're humans. And when we eat animals, that's carnivore shit, it's not going to clog your arteries because you're eating fucking all that. It's what you eat with it that causes that to become a time bomb. You start eating steak and potatoes, no good. No good. No good at all, okay? I'm just telling you, that people don't realize that. They're so scared of the fat on a steak. They're like, no, that's so fucking bad. We're humans. For thousands and tens of thousands of years. That's what we ate. We ate animals. We didn't, the caveman and the fucking Clovis man and all these fucking, through history. They didn't say, wait, can you do me a favor? Can you trim that fat off there? No, bro, they ate the whole fucking animal. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we've evolved that your body can handle that. It's when you get all these other fucking processed fats that you can't handle, okay? It's a different story. But this is natural. This is nature. A bish. All right, so Mike, I hope that answers your question. And if any of you guys are going to start debating me, that's not true, okay? Please. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. All right, guys. Right there, boy. That's Anthony Minella, okay? Take a good look, ready? Look. Guy's in great shape. He's our cover guy. His name is Anthony Minella. All right, Anthony Minella is the owner of Official Method Training, and he has a website, officialmethodtraining.com. Okay, it's one word, officialmethodtraining.com. So go there, all right? He's an elite personal trainer, strength coach, nutritionist with over a decade of experience. And of what I hear, the guy's really fucking good. So you guys should check him out. It's like probably the best personal trainer in Deer Park, Long Island area. So, and you don't have to be from Deer Park, Long Island to use Anthony. You just go to, like I said, I'm reading it here because I don't want to get it wrong, officialmethodtraining.com, okay? Anthony holds a bachelor's degree in exercise science, which he got from SUNY Cortland. He's a certified personal trainer through the NASM Academy, which is the National Academy of Sports Medicine, NASM, which is a very big company. He also holds a certified resistance training. He's a certified resistance training specialist. Magazine here, he's got a whole feature. There's a whole feature on him, okay? Go on his website and look at all the transformations he's done. He's done some great transformations of fat people, and now have abs. So, Anthony Minella coming at you. All right, I want to say this is a fucking genius question here. That young Jack Stud, not Jack Stud. Listen to this. And you guys could go read these comments, by the way, on the last video. Hey, Greg, can you talk about turning 40s and having to come off steroids? Because I'm 19 and been using since for a few months. Feeling great, but I can't imagine the day when I turn 40. I will have to stop using gear. Did you guys hear that fucking question? Listen, that young Jack Stud, if you're watching this, listen, no shade, bro. Okay, I appreciate your support, But first of all, you gotta ask backwards. You shouldn't be on steroids at 19. I know your friends are doing it and the guys in the gym are jacked. You're gonna have to do it now when you're 40, so don't worry about it, because you started when you were young, and you're shutting your own testosterone down. And when you're older, okay, your testosterone's gonna be creeping along, so congratulations. You don't have to worry about stopping when you're 40. You're gonna have to do it, and a doctor's gonna have to prescribe it. So, I mean, what makes you think that you gotta stop when you're 40? And I don't know who got you going on this shit at 19, but no offense, bro, you're 19. It wasn't that long ago that you didn't even have hair on your piece you got. You know what I'm saying? You're a little, you're a little man soldier. You're a little, that Jack Stud little guy down there. Okay? Didn't even have hair on it. Fucking, how many years ago? 5, 6, 7 years? You had hair on your weenie? And you take a fucking steroid? Bro, when I was 19 years old, the wind would blow like this. My parents would fucking leave the house, and I couldn't worry. Your testosterone screaming. So when you're a teenager, you shut your testosterone down. And it'll come back, but never like it was. Okay? Never. And if you stay on it for a long period of time, till you're 40, you'll have no testosterone. So by the time you're 40, you're going to have to do it. I mean, come on. What makes you think that 40-year-olds have to stop taking steroids? That's the time most guys start. Okay? I started when I was 35. Not because I had to, because I was a drug dealer, and I had so much shit, it wasn't fucking funny, and I'm watching all these other guys get super jacked, so I went, see, I'm the kind of guy that, when I do something, it's all or nothing. So if I'm going to do steroids, if I was to rob a bank, I would want the pennies, okay? I'd want the IOU notes and everything. I want everything. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm going to go into the gym and work out, and I'm supposed to do 100 sets, and if I do 99 sets, I feel like I fucking cheated. I feel like I'm a pussy. Okay, so I got to do 100 sets. Or I do 100, or I do nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just use an example here. Okay? So when I went on steroids, they said, okay, the minute I took steroids, I said, well, now I'm no longer natural. You know what I mean? So I might as well, if I'm going to take shit, I'm not going to just sit here and just take shit. I'm going to take shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to go nuts. So that's what I did. I took 6,000, everybody knows. But all I'm trying to tell you is, if you're 19 years old, and I'm not dissing you or something, so, simmer down with that shit. I'm just telling you. I don't know who told you to fucking do that shit. I know all the kids who walk around, yeah. Those same kids, I deal with kids like that when I was young. Well, not when I was young, but I seen kids like that, okay? And, now they're fucking men, and they got no fucking, they look like they never touched a weight in their life. They got married, had kids, they got to go get a job, and they got to do the right fucking thing. They can't even train. They stopped training, they stopped doing steroids, and now they look like fucking, 3 pounds of shit in a 1.5 pound bag. So, don't worry about it. All right? You're going to have to do it when you're 40. And you guys out there at 40, you guys all know. You guys are probably sitting back going, what the fuck is this guy asking? Because when you're 40 years old, you don't have the testosterone you had. So if you're natty, and you always kind of fucking was teeter-tottering thinking about maybe I should take a little babanya, you know what I mean? When you're 40, you treat yourself. You say, now I'm going to fucking go on the babanya, There you go. But, I don't know. Teenagers have no business taking steroids. Go look at my pictures of me when I was 19. I beat so many guys that were on steroids, it wasn't funny. Because everything I do is I don't play, bro. If I'm gonna diet, I fucking diet. I won't pick my nose and eat it. I won't swallow my own saliva if I'm not supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way you do it, okay? That's how winning is done. But seriously, that's how you do it, okay? So I wasn't on steroids. I didn't need steroids, bro. I tapped into my own shit. And most of you guys know what I'm talking about. Listen, you see some of these guys, they were all fucking monsters. That's why they look like shit now. Because they started when they were young. And they were all steroids too. You got to give some years training naturally just to get the foundation. A well-trained body, well-trained muscle responds better than, untrained muscle. Sorry, I just burped. Okay? See, the more training you got under your belt when you start doing a babanya, bing, you get more of a response. A lot of these guys, the minute they come in the gym, they've been training 2 weeks, they're already going, dude, we're going to get some shit, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a little jacked, because everybody wants it today. Nobody wants to wait. All right. that young Jackster. I hope that answers your question. No shade, bro. I don't mean any shade, but that's like a question there. Come on. All right. Robert Demarius. I think that's his name. Robert. He says, I remember diabetic bodybuilding. He's talking about in the early 80s, okay? Tim Belknap from the early 80s. There was an article. I knew Tim Belknap was a fucking dick. But there was an article in the magazine saying that he had the advantage over the other bodybuilders because he was a diabetic and used insulin. Remember that, Greg? Yes, I do. I remember him. Then he finished up and he wrote, I didn't know that Arnold did the Nautilus workout. Arnold tried Nautilus workout. He did the Arthur Jones thing with Arthur Jones. Okay, I don't know Arthur Jones himself. I actually met him one time, but it's brief like that. Okay, but his disciple, one of his main guys who he instructed to go out there and preach the Nautilus shit and own a Nautilus Center and all that shit, was one of the guys who got me, helped train me when I was younger. I did the Nautilus workout. It was a motherfucker. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's a motherfucker. And Arnold did it too. And Arnold said that, he got smaller and smoother. You got to do it right. You got to do it right, and it's not for everybody, okay? One set takes 5 fucking minutes to do. Just picture that, okay? By the time you're done with one set, Arthur Jones would make it so you couldn't do another set. There's no way. I think I've talked about that before. We'll get into that another time. Maybe another question. All right, maybe Robert, I'll put that in maybe the next show. I'll go into depth with that. I think I've talked about it. I can't fucking remember. But you guys ask me, I'm going to answer your question, okay? All right. You asked me about Tim Belknap. Tim Belknap was a insulin-dependent bodybuilder. And if you saw him, when he was on stage, he was a fucking monster. 2 days later, he was a totally different guy. You'd be like, what the fuck, bro? And you could actually see pictures because on stage, he was a mass monster. Sometimes when they do photo shoots, especially back then, a day or two later, let's say, on Sunday or Monday, they would take a fucking shoot in the gym, in Gold's Gym. And they'd take the champion and they would put him there. And you see, dude, that doesn't even, he looks totally different than he looked on stage. He looks smaller, not smoother, like, or whatever, but he looks smaller. And it's because he knew how to work the insulin and the sugar, and he fucking got jacked. And yes, he was one of the first. His lines, bro, weren't good. He just was massive. You know what I mean? He was just a monster. I was in a fucking Gold's Gym, and I remember he smacked around a girl, and he got his ass kicked by fucking one of the big powerlifters. I did not see it. I just saw the end result. One of the powerlifters smacked the fuck out of him. Okay. I remember when he was trying to I was standing on line behind him at the Nationals when Lee Haney won it, and he had all on the back of his neck. He had shingles, fucking massive shingles on his back of his neck. Anyway, yeah, so insulin makes a difference, absolutely. That's what's changed the bodies, guys. That's why the guys look different today than they looked, and I think that's part of the reason why the guys out in Kuwait, not that guys here don't use insulin, but they know what, they got guys out there. I remember one of the trainers saying, to Tony Huge, Tony Huge is a personal friend of mine, but, he was saying, I watched on the video, he was saying, fast carbs, don't drink amino acids during workout. Amino acids no good during workout. Fast carbs, meaning sugar and water. He says, water. Sugar or water. And the reason why is because those guys, first of all, they're on insulin. And sugar, these guys are all with the sugar and the fucking, and that's, again, guys, I love Rich Piano, but that's what when he would make those fucking monster shakes in the morning, and it was, fucking 300, 400, 500 grams of carbohydrates and probably a couple hundred grams of sugar alone. And you didn't really even see protein. Sometimes he would throw egg whites, and he said I wasn't big about protein. It's because of that. It's because the insulin, okay? They would take massive amounts of insulin, okay? Even when the big country kid died, what's his name there, when he died, and that kid called up on the phone, everybody sees the thing, and it said he took 50 IUs of insulin. They're saying, no, that's not why he died, though. He had a heart attack, whatever. It doesn't matter. 50 IUs of insulin is insane. It's insane. It's fucking sick, bro. And I know a guy who did 100 IUs of insulin, and he's dead, okay? And his protege followed in his footsteps. He did 100 IUs of insulin, and he's dead, okay? You can't do that, bro. You can't. The average diabetic does 2 to 4. Okay, so insulin is what's responsible also for the big guts. I'm just telling you, all that shit, it's not GH, it's all that shit. I'm just telling you, okay? Bish, insulin is, you lose it as fast as you get it. If you drew fucking one of these guys that you see from oxygen, or maybe even, Mr. Olympia, if you drew them on a desert island and you came back just a couple weeks later, you'd be like, where the fuck, you throw me on here, bro, I'm going to probably look close to the same I look now. But you go throw these guys on there. Any natty bodybuilder would hold a good chunk of his mass, okay? But you throw guys all insulin on there, come back, this fucking Pee Wee Herman. I'm sorry, Pee Wee Herman. That's what you'd find now. You'd say, wait, where's the fucking big jack guy that was here? Okay, because the insulin, you get it and gain it and lose it that fast, okay? And these guys today, that's why they change from minute to minute to hour to fucking on stage. At the beginning of the show, he looks fucking like shit, and by the end of the show, he looks great because of fucking all the flexing, and it puts some sugar in the muscles, and it gets rid of the water and between the diuretic and that and all that other shit, and you know what I mean? They change from fucking 5 minutes later. The guy looks, holy shit, what'd you do from 5 minutes ago? That's not permanent. To look good for one night out of the year or whatever, I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Just insulin has changed the course of bodybuilding. Without a doubt, 100%. Tim Belknap looked like the guys today back then. And the reason why was because he was doing insulin. Okay, he had those massive thighs, massive arms, massive traps, real thick, I'll rip out your neck and shut down the hole, But then the next 2 days later, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Pee-wee's big top. Anyway. So, Robert, there's your answer. Yes. I do remember Tim Belknap, and yes, insulin has changed everything. Alright, Lyle Lott. Can you cover a good leg workout for people with knee replacements? Knee replacement surgery. The exercises my physical therapist gave me and advised me aren't cutting it. I'm that guy who looks jacked until you see my legs. I like that, Lyle. I like that a lot. His name is Lyle Lott. Get it? I like that, Lyle. I like that lot. A lot. Lyle Lott? Okay. Hi, it's a little corny joke there. Alright, Lyle, listen to me. I don't know anything. I'm not a fucking doctor, and I'm not a physical therapist, but I did sleep in a Holiday Inn one time. I don't know about knee replacement. My father, who was the baddest fucking dude I ever met, bro. Let me tell you, and I'm just saying because my father. You did have to know the stories and all that shit. My father, dude, Paul, he used to have, his name was Paul. We used to call him Paulie Jiu-Jitsu. He used to be able to fucking jump up and fucking put you in a headlock with his fucking feet. He was the bad dude. He was the baddest dude, bro. He fucking knocked a lot of guys out in my day, and I seen him do it. So it's regardless. But when he was 80 years old, he had knee replacement surgery. At the time, I was at the Arnold Classic, and I was actually out. It was a very nice time because we were all out at the same dinner table with Schwarzenegger. All of a sudden, I get a phone call from my sister. Okay. He had 6 weeks before. Now I'm at the arm. I don't remember what years it was. I was still with muscular development. And I get a phone call. I'm out in Ohio. Dad broke his legs. And I go, what? Yeah, my father ran out of the house. This is now he's 80 years old. Okay, ran out of the house to go to the gym. 6 weeks. My father was like no pussy, bro. He had both knees replaced. Okay, at the same operation. Then 6 weeks later, he broke both the knees. He split the leg this way, not this way, but this way. He cracked both his legs. They said they never seen anything like him. He was running out the door, tripped, and was airborne. He landed like this, so he snapped his wrist, and then he dragged himself in the house by crawling like this on his elbows, all right? Crawled up the stairs and was laying on the floor in the house. until my sister came over just to see how he was doing that day, and he was laying there for like 6 hours on the floor, and she saw his whole feet, like his legs were backwards, and he's just going, he goes, look, I'm fine, don't worry about it, just help me get up in a chair. And she's like, get the fuck out of here, you're crazy, you know what I mean, so she calls the ambulance come, they have to do emergency surgery to fix my father's knees, okay? My father, you have no idea, bro, that fucking guy, forget about it, never had fucking, dude, 88 years old, still had a fucking, never had 2 knee replacements, broken wrist, broke all kinds of shit he's had done. Then he broke his fucking thigh bone, okay, his femur. He still never had a fucking handicap parking or any of that shit. He used to say that's for old men. He parked at the end of the lot and walk into the store, you know. That's the way he was, because he was badass. Now, all right, I gave you a little story there about knee replacement, but do I know about how to replace knee, you know, like training for knee replacements? No, I don't. Okay, I don't know if you have a brand new knee and it's all replaced. I would just do a regular workout. I would start slow and maybe do leg presses. I would never squat though, but I would do the leg press. I don't even like squatting now. What's his name? Dorian Yates didn't squat. Go look at my leg. Go look at my legs. Go watch my leg routine on YouTube. Gregg Valentino's leg routine, and go do my leg routine. I still think that if you do shit like that, I don't see how. You know, guys who have their knees replaced. My friend had his hips replaced, both hips, and he squats. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't see how, like, if you just build up in time, you should be able to do your legs normal again, okay? If you baby them, don't expect the muscle to grow. You got to force the muscle to grow. And remember, what is muscle size? It's adaptation to stress. If you don't put that stress on your muscle, it's like a callus. You go outside and rake leaves for the first time, your hands get all fucking blisters and shit. And you do it every single day. You get your hands, like my hands, get fucking from working out. You get thick. You can fucking, the skin is so thick on my hands. Every time somebody shakes my hand, like, holy Christ, you know? Your skin's like a baseball glove there because you're used to working out and grabbing weights. But the minute you stop doing that, if I stop doing it, my hands will soften up, okay? Because there's no need for there's no need for them to, their adaptation to stress. There's no need for them to be like that anymore if I stop working out. Well, it's the same thing. You obviously you're taking it too easy on your legs, okay, because you're afraid, because you got knee replacement, you're afraid something's going to happen. But your body adapts, bro. Your body adapts. If you can walk normal and maybe even jog a little bit, there's no reason why I feel like you can't do a normal leg workout. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm no doctor, and if you follow what I say and you go break your fucking legs, I'm not, don't go fucking suing my ass because I don't fucking, I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know, okay? But in theory, in my, just knowing the way my old man was and shit, he'd be like, so what? I had my knees replaced. I mean, this is a fucking guy in his 80s. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you. That's the best. I think you should start off slow, build up to it. But I would go my leg routine, watch the way I do it on YouTube, go to my channel, my Gregg Valentino, and subscribe, and go check out my leg routine. And just build up slow. Do what I show you on it, but do it slowly, and progressively add, not just resistance, but reps. Get more reps. Okay, everybody's worried about doing such heavy weight with their legs, but they don't, got to get those deep fibers, and that's going to take some fucking serious volume training and training to failure, okay? And the only way to train to failure is by fucking, you got to get reps. Nobody's going to train to failure with 8 reps. That's not failure, bro, okay? Gabish, all right? That's best I fucking can tell you. I'm no doctor. Doctors are not going to tell you to go do full workouts because if you fuck yourself up, you can sue the doctor and say, the doctor told me to do a fucking workout, So that's why they're not going to tell you. You know what I mean? Yeah, doctors are. If you fucking got a fucking hangnail in your finger, they're going to say to you, if you say, doc, I got a hangnail in my finger, I said, don't work out. Give it a week. That's the protocol. You know what I mean? That's because they're worried about you fucking suing them. Okay, but realistically, come on. I had surgery on both hands. I've had 2 surgeries on my hand. I cut my fucking hands like this and shit. And guess what? I fucking trained that night. I had my hands of fucking bandages or stitches in my hands. Not 1 or 2. I had a whole fucking, it cuts this big. You know what I mean? But it still fucking worked out. I'm a fucking Momo. That's what Momos do. Alright. I hope I answered your question. Mass Riccio. Mass Rico, whatever. You know who I'm talking about. How you doing, my brother? He says, brother, I agree with you about eating carbs for putting size on, but Dave keeps on saying that, Dave Palumbo, keeps saying that carbs are just fuel source and have nothing to do with putting on size. I'm so confused. Dave knows his stuff. Listen to me. Dave Palumbo is a genius. Okay, so there's no shade here. And you're right. He does know his stuff. You're missing a point. Even he will tell you to have carbs. Okay, I've eaten dinner with Dave. I've eaten dinner with him, bro. I've seen what he eats. I've sat there and watched him eat pasta. Okay, I'm telling you. When he was with Colette, she used to make these like chicken fajita things, and he used to eat them all the time with wrap, and the wrap was made out of fucking, it might have been gluten free, but it was carbs, bro. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. It gives you size because carbs follow me, guys. Oh boy. Here we go. Here, some of you fucking bro science, give me a fucking break with that. Some of you fucking Momo scientists out there are gonna freak, okay? But hear me out. I believe in keto. I do. But I don't think it's for everybody. I think some people just don't do it. I can do keto for small periods of time, but then I lose fucking so much size because I'm a hyper motherfucker and my fucking metabolism fucking kicks. If you're got a slow metabolism and you're naturally a fat bastard, okay, keto's gonna work great for you. Okay, but there's no person on this planet. I don't even think, if I had a fucking camera with Thomas DeLauer, who you guys all know, he's another one with the big keto and stuff, and I love Thomas DeLauer, okay? But I could guarantee the fucking guy eats carbs when the fucking camera's on. I'll bet my asshole on it, okay? I'm sure he does. He doesn't just sit there for the rest of his life eating fake ice creams and all this other shit. Okay, listen to me. Here's what Palumbo's trying to tell you. Listen, okay? Carbs are non-essential. He's right. The Dave Palumbo saying, there's such a thing as essential amino acids, there's such a thing as essential fatty acids. I've never heard of essential carbohydrate. He's right. He's right. But that's for human beings to live. But if you want to be a bodybuilder and build muscle, eating a little bit of carbs it's muscle sparing. It's protein sparing. Okay? Eating a little bit of carbs. He's a firm. Listen to me. Don't say a fucking word. Listen to me. Doesn't he always tell you to eat carbs right after the workout? Doesn't he say you got that window of 45 minutes? He believes in simple carbs and sugar. He even has Carbolyze. Does he not make a supplement called Carbolyze? Huh? Why? Because carbs are also fill out. I think I call them, my thing is I say that they're cell volumizing. But your body fills out, puts the sugar in the muscle. So that volumizes. Doesn't mean the muscle is actually growing, but it volumizes. It keeps it full. Okay? And lets the protein do its work. And also can actually pull amino acids into the muscles tissue as it's filling out. That's the whole idea. That's why you're supposed to eat carbs with your protein after the workout. Because it's going to fill. It's going to say, hey, protein, come with us. You know what I mean? Come fucking with us into the muscle. Okay? Because you just finished training, and we need all the sugar is going to go into the muscle. Because it's the muscle depleted itself of glycogen. So now it's going to pull the fucking protein. That's the theory. Okay? That's the theory. So Dave's not anti-carb. He's telling you don't sit around and eat carbs all day, because then that's not going to work, and that's not going to act like that, number one. And you're going to get fat, because you're going to secrete constantly insulin, number one. Number two, he's just, he prefers, obviously, the low carb diet. Not the no carb, but low carb diet. Okay, if you're going to go for show. Dude, come on. If you ever been around pro bodybuilders, you ever been around a pro bodybuilder? Wait, who am I talking to again? Mass Ricio or Rocio or Rocky or whatever. Listen to me. You ever been around a pro bodybuilder, even a national level good bodybuilder? Have any of you guys ever been around one? If you see them when they're eating, what do they eat? They open up their little Tupperware, right? And they got a little scoop of rice. They got a fucking either a piece of fish, chicken, maybe even beef, okay? Ground beef sometimes, right? Then they got either asparagus, string beans, or some sort of fucking green vegetable right there, Am I right or wrong? Do you always see them in a little bit of rice, a little bit of protein? That's what they eat. And eat that 6 times a day. You know, that's the way they eat. They take out their little Tupperware, all right? Or they have it mixed. They do the stain efforting thing, where there's the beef mixed in or chicken mixed in with the rice, you know, like that. Okay? Palumbo, I sat with Dave and eat dinner with him. Okay? I'm telling you, he's had, I seen me pasta. I'll see if I have pictures. I'll see he's eating pasta. We were with Triple H, okay, Paul Levesque. But I'm just telling you, okay? I'm just telling you. Listen to me. You guys gotta believe me. I know what I'm fucking talking about. I've been around so long. Good Christ, I got fucking, fungus growing on me, for Christ's sake, because I'm like a tree that's been around for so fucking many years. I don't really have fungus growing. It's just an expression. But what I'm trying to tell you, okay? The carbs have to be a time thing and have to be the right carbs. That doesn't mean go out and, well, Valentino said eat carbs and go out and have chocolate cake. That's not what we're talking about. And that's not what Dave meant either. But Dave comes out, he has his own supplement, Carbolize. He tells you to eat the carbs and simple carbs and all that shit after the workout, immediately after the workout. Okay? Because carbs are muscle sparing. Carbs will help to pull us. Carbs will fill out the muscle right after the workout and will pull the aminos into the muscle. That's the theory. Gabish? All right? Am I straightening you guys out a little bit here? Are you guys figuring this out? Okay? But if you're eating carbs all day, you won't need that because there's so much sugar in your blood and so much shit going on in your fucking butt. You don't need that. But if you're not eating carbs and all of a sudden you eat it right after the workout and you depleted the muscle of all its glycogen, the carbs will go into the muscle. That's the theory. Gabish. All right, next question. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for this week. So what did we learn? What the fuck did we learn? We learned you're a bunch of fucking momos. But I love you guys anyway. All right, we learned that you shouldn't be doing steroids if you're fucking a teenager, bro. You've only had hair on your dick, so many years. Come on. Your testosterone's screaming. Tap into it. And if you're 40 years old, like this kid, saying this shit, you'll be on steroids for the rest of your life, so don't worry about it. We learned that Tim Belknap was a fucking momo, and yes, he was on insulin, and we learned that insulin is definitely responsible. We've talked about that in another way, but that's it. Tim Belknap was ahead of his time because of that. We learned that, about the fucking knee replacements. I still think it's just do whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? You build up to things, and you'll be back to normal. Do a normal leg workout. We also learned, what the hell did he ask me here? We also learned that you could eat fucking meat with fucking a little bit of fat on it, bro. The human being has evolved to handle animal fat. It's the processed fats. It's the fats that are man-made that'll fucking really kill you. Okay? Don't believe all that bullshit. It's what saved man. That's how man evolved. We came, like I said, when we came across the Barren Strait, there was no trees, it was frozen ocean. They lived on that shit for a while. Okay? And I think the most important thing that we learned today, aside from you guys are a bunch of momos, is that the whole carb thing with Dave Palumbo, you guys talk about it. Dave never said don't eat carbs. It's the timing of the carbs that Dave talks about, okay? You try to live a low-carb lifestyle is what Dave would tell you, all right? And eat the carbs after the workout, right after. You got like a 45 to half-hour window. Dave would tell you to eat it like 15 minutes after, all right? Because carbs are muscle-sparing. Carbs will pull amino acids into the muscle, but not if you eat them all day. Then you just get high blood sugar, and you're going to put on fat, and you're going to just be like an insulin secretion machine, and you're going to become insulin resistant. So we learned that, and we learned that carbs will pull the amino acids into the muscle, and we learned that the best carbs, bro, is like shit like the rice and stuff like that. Cutler used to eat cream of rice instead of oatmeal because it bothered the stomach. But it's the timing, guys. It's the timing. Dave is not no carbs. I've been there. I've been with him. All right. He even owns. He has his own product, Carbolize. It's a carbohydrate powder. All right. I love you guys. And Dave's my boy. I love him. There's no diss. I'm agreeing with Dave. I'm just trying to explain to you what Dave's trying. Because this guy, whatever his name is, Mass Riso, whatever the fuck, is saying it. He doesn't understand. Because Dave's saying no carbs and this guy's saying carbs. No, he's saying that there's a time to eat carbs. If you're timing, carbs are muscle sparing, protein sparing. Just, that's what he's saying. Okay? But don't eat carbs all day. And don't sit and have a high carb lifestyle or carbohydrate lifestyle. He's saying that's no good. I love you guys. All right? So, keep asking me the questions. These weren't bad questions, Keep asking me the questions. I want to help you. All right? There's a few you guys writing to me. And I got to explain something to you. I appreciate it. I don't always get all my email. My girlfriend gets my emails and shows it to me. But you got to understand something. I can't fucking personally train you guys and answer all these questions all day, all night. I'd have no time. I'd be, I would cease to exist. You know what I'm saying? I get emails every fucking day, all day, of all kinds of shit. I want to help it. Put your questions here, or send them to Joe Pietaro, and he'll send them to me. All right? But I can't do privately help guys. I don't have time. All right? Look, I love you guys. But you know what I'm going to tell you? Be good to your girl. Be good to your significant other. Pay your child support. Date your girl. Date your wife. All right? Pay that child support. Be your kid's hero. Again, it doesn't matter what she does with the money. Okay? It matters that you pay. If she throws the money down the garbage chute or gives it to her fucking asshole she's with now, you're going to fucking be the hero. Because when you're older, when your kids are older, they're going to tell you, hey, you did the right thing. She fucking threw all that money you gave for me and my sister or my brother or whatever. She gave it to that fucking asshole. So she becomes the bad guy. You become the good guy. But they're your kids. Don't be a fucking asshole. All right? Don't talk shit about yourself. Don't start that I'm a loser. Nobody can ever love me. I'm no good or any of that stuff. Because you can start believing that stuff. And you say that long enough, you know what I'm saying? You're really going to convince yourself that you're a loser. And you're not a loser. Everybody goes through bullshit. Hills and valleys, baby. Okay? Everybody goes through that. It's what you do about it. It's what you do about it. You lay in it, you're going to piss in a bathtub and shit in a bathtub and puke in a bathtub and then go lay in it. Then you're only torturing yourself, okay? This is not, we're not in Afghanistan and you're not sitting in a cage with the Taliban ready to cut your head off, okay? You could do something about stuff in this world. Don't give me that on the government, please, okay? Get your shit together. Stop making excuses. So all I hear is excuses from everybody. Oh, it's the government. It's this. It's fucking Trump. It's Obama. It's this one. It's that one. It's you. Get your shit together. All right? I love you, man. I believe in all you guys, and I thank all you guys for being here. I'll see you next week with another old school training. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Stop fucking around. Do what you gotta do. Stop fucking around. Stop complaining. Stop fucking calling yourself names and thinking bad thoughts. Bang your head against the wall. All you're doing is making your head sore. It's not fixing anything. All right? All right. And don't become so obsessed with bodybuilding that you're not fucking doing the right thing at home. All right.